Greeting. Welcome to Black Creators on the Rise. My name is Dr. Kim D. Harris, and I'm here tonight with Sister Olivia from Earth and the Fullness, a musician, a singer, songwriter, multi-talented lady. So, hi, Olivia. Greetings. How are you this night?
Greetings, Dr. Kim. I'm great. I'm giving thanks for life. Thank you. Thanks for having
Yes.
me here.
I'm so honored that you find time to join us this evening as we sort of get into the mechanism of you as a singer and songwriter. I have a few questions I'd like to ask, just so that the viewers can get to know you and just things that I've been curious about. So I have my notes here on my book. So when I'm looking, you know where I'm looking
Okay.
at. So I know where you're from, but just
hmm
make all of the viewers know, where are you from, Sister Olivia?
Well, I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, and that's where I grew up. And then I spent about 10 years in Bull Bay, growing my family. And then we relocated to Kingston again last year. So I'm a Jamaican woman, born and
Boy,
bred.
I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So you're on Kingston side and I'm on Mo Bay side, still on the island, close,
Yes.
but sort of kind of far from each other.
Yeah.
Okay, nice, nice. So I wanted to ask you, like, as a musician, when did you first identify within yourself that you're a musician?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. um, I've always loved music, as I'm sure every musician will tell you, that there is just kind of a very intense relationship with music, where you get really absorbed in it. And I would say that in my late teens, when I started to learn guitar, that is when I started to say, okay, I would like to be a musician, but prior to that, I was always interested in it, and I would, sing and perform when I could, like through school and stuff like that. But it was a very the love of music was consistent, but I would say my confidence in myself, or even just the idea that I could um do music, was something that was very complex. It was a complicated relationship. You didn't talk about a situationship.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, that's what it was like, wrapped up in a lot of emotions. And I actually decided to not do it and just put it aside and um go into teachers college. And then now, as a big woman,
Yo, man.
as a big woman now, like maybe about like a couple years actually after having my spiritual awakening, you know um music came to me. And it was very powerful and very intense. And you know out of that sort of spiritual conversation, I decided that, okay, yes, I would honor this and sing. And that's what I've been doing ever since that moment.
Wow, that's powerful. That's sort of similar to myself as an artist, a visual artist. In all actuality, I've been an artist from I was a little girl, so-called playing, being an artist, but always busy with my hands making things. And, as I got older, I went to college because my parents encouraged me to go to college, but what they encouraged me to study was not the arts. And I found a void within myself. And it wasn't until I became a big woman that identify that that's really not what I want to do, and I circle around again and re-embrace my passion for the arts. But this
Mm-hmm.
time, I have children, four of them, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to juggle because I'm determined. I am an artist, and there are plenty of times with gigs, we don't have no babysitter. We bring them. Or sometimes
Mm.
I weave them because I'm a storyteller, as well as a visual artist. I'm a holistic hustler. So I've done a barrage of things to make money to take care of my children. And there have been times, Sister Olivia, I have weaved them into my performance. Here, put this on. And when mommy says, da 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 da, I need you to walk across the stage and shake this because I didn't have a babysitter, but yet I needed to keep an eye on them. So I made it
Mm.
constructive. So I can identify with making a circle around, that thing of artists, teachers, college, because my parents encouraged me as well to go to college to be a teacher. And I love
Mm-hmm.
teaching. I love being around other people's children. But my passion is the arts. I feel that
Mm-hmm.
that's where the creator allows me to shine my light. And speaking of that, and I've asked a couple of other guests that I've had on, when you are in your creative mode as a singer, a songwriter, it's been said that that zone, that realm, is like a spiritual connection with the artist and the creator. Do you feel that when you're in that zone? Like, where do you feel that comes from?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've pretty much kind of stopped trying to put a name to where it comes from, because I realized that it is a mystery, and that's just what it is. But it is definitely, a spiritual place. I believe, well, I don't believe, but I have felt that, you know, a sort of, I guess, a portal, you could maybe call it,
Yeah, I like that.
opens, and you know you are now there to receive, and it is a conversation, because you're responding, you know you're responding as well, and this is you as an individual. Somebody else, it might come out differently, but so this is between you and the Almighty, and creation, your
Yes,
ancestors,
yes.
nature, these messages essentially that are coming through you and speaking to you.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. When I get certain creative surges, I classify that, what you just described, as my ancestors whispering things in my ears, because
Mm-hmm.
certain little ideals for a painting or even a catchy little song. I posted one this morning on my other page of Both for Life. The happy song. I woke up. I've never heard the rhythm. I don't know the word. It was bouncing in my head. And I do agree it is a spiritual connection. And everyone is gifted with this mode, but not everyone taps into it. So those of
Right.
us that tap into it, I feel it sort of classifies us, not to give people a label. We are healers. We are healers. And I feel that the work that you do speaks to the cultural sustainability of Black people throughout the diaspora. And how do you feel that your work supports and honors this concept of culture sustainability? But wait, let me just break down for the viewers, what is culture sustainability? Culture sustainability is a thing of cultural preservation, rallying around your heritage, um, that whole self-identity, the legacy of who we are as as a nation, as people, as Africans. And I believe that as artists, as healers, it is very, 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 very important in these times for Black creators, cultural creators, to embrace their gift as a ministry, so to say, because they are healers. And yeah. People are doing this, that to make things different in the world. But because we can touch base with your songs, the words of your song, to touch people's heart, to lift their mind, that because your songs are for everyone, but because you're the Jamaican, I know the words speak to Jamaican people, to you know African people throughout the diaspora. So can you just share with a little how you feel your work supports and honors this concept of cultural sustainability for Black people?
Okay, well, give thanks for that. Well, essentially, you know, in my work, um, I think that it represents essentially a certain concept, which is that inner healing is just as important as the outer healing. So basically, all of the external work that we have to do as Black people in terms of, setting up our organizations, strengthening each other on that societal level, with health and education, economics, we have a lot of work to do in that
Yes.
regard. However, it is human beings that have to do this work, you know. So a book might come out with all of the instructions for how to set up an organization, right? But the book is that final product, is just one particular aspect of the journey to make it happen. A living being is going to have to take this book and make it manifest. And how the person does that now is through their personality, and it's through their inspiration and
Yes.
through whoever is around them as well,
Yes.
and those relationships that they have. So a person now who is your personal inspiration has a lot to do with your emotional state. The relationships that you have with others also has a lot to do with your emotional state and your spiritual journey, where you're kind of putting yourself. um and it, when it comes on to that, we have to look at the person from the inside. Self knowledge, isn't doesn't come from just being able to say a proverb, or to read something, or even to sing something. It comes from a deep exploration, a personal exploration, and a very conscious sort of engagement with life and with yourself. And a lot of combing through to understand exactly what is going on and what made you who you are. And so that will, incorporate interpreting your responses to things around you now, but also even getting to know who you are on a much deeper level, as in,
Nice.
as a child of your ancestors, and, understanding what they went through, how that might be affecting you, right? So
Yes.
it's that a great leader can rise up and really struggle and suffer in a lot of ways still, because inner healing needs to take place. It is important, right? It's important. So I believe that we have to have that balance, and as Black people, we are definitely coming together on that aspect of the journey to see, okay, we have to deal with ourselves as whole, complete beings here in the present, here from the beginning of time, and we'll be here as long as the Creator says, you know, that there should be existence.
Yes.
So that's how I think my work speaks to cultural sustainability, because it is about that balance between, the inner and the outer healing that has to take place.
Wow, that's powerful, Sister Olivia. Deep. I love it. I love it. No, because we know we need to have these type of talks with each other, as artists, because sometimes the artists them can get it. To each his own. I'm from another generation. I was born in the '60s, so I have a certain standard with regards to artists. And sometimes they deal with slackness. And I just think it's so important right now. If you're going to do the music, if you're going to write the lyrics to the song, you're going to sing it, you have to think about your audience. We're like sponges absorbing it in. And if you are creating music for your people, you want to create some music that's going to uplift them, that's going to, empower them, especially for the times that we're living in now, which brings me to my point again that we are the authentic healers of the earth, whether visual arts, music, what dances, whatever the artistic genre, we are here now to do our work to really heal the earth, the people. Okay,
Yeah.
but my next question. I noticed that you play the guitar. Are there any
Mhm.
other instruments that you play?
No. Mm-mm. One day I would really love to play the drums, you know,
Oh,
like with my hands. Yeah. I would love to get skilled at that, Yeah. But right now it's the guitar.
oh, I love it. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she played the guitar.
Hmm.
And she didn't play anything. She made up her own sound, okay? She didn't know how to play other people's music, but that what she played, I just thought it was so magical and would find myself
Oh,
sitting at her foot, listening to her. And, sometimes she would
that's
let me
amazing.
have a little opportunity to like try the string. But I've always been fascinated by the guitar. I play keyboards a little bit, and I feel and say, yeah, I play drum. I play djembe. This is my
Okay.
baby, but I have a big one that's from Nigeria. One of my sisters did give it to me. So maybe I'll do that on the show one time. I'll play the drum. So okay, I'm going on to my next question. Thank you for that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay, was your grandmother Jamaican?
No, she's actually Native American of Nanico tribe in Millsboro, Delaware, in United
Okay.
States. Yes,
Okay. All
yes,
right, cool.
yes.
Give thanks.
So what? Um, I asked you this a roundabout earlier. You kind of answered it already, but I want to know, where does your inspiration come from? Are you inspired every day? And I only ask that because as an artist, there's some days that my creativity is on fleek. It is like I just can't get enough things done with my creativity. And then there's some days I'm just lounging around and I don't know, it's just not flowing. So I'm just curious for you as a singer, songwriter, musician, like, do you have up and down days with regards to being creative? What keeps you inspired?
Well, essentially, my general approach is just to kind of, be very patient. Um, and, you know, when the inspiration comes, to really give it the time, that is required. So sometimes I might not actually be able to give it the time that is required. So I have to do a little voice note or something like that. And then, when I have the space now, you know, then I return to it. I've actually more this year than before, you know, been approaching it more, like as opposed to waiting for it to come to me,
Yes,
approaching it.
yes.
And so that has been an interesting and positive experience, you know. It is still a very respectful one, you know. Um, but it is definitely possible to approach the situation, you know, with humility, because what it is that you're setting out to do, or what I'm setting out to do, is to, you know, complete something important. You know,
Okay.
right, which is in line with the, you know, the mission, which is, you know, positivity. And if I don't feel like, okay, you know, now is the moment, then I just chill, I let it be. I have so many things to do. So if now is not the time, then now is not the time. And when it is the time, then I give thanks for the time and do the most, you know,
Yeah,
that I can
man.
with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I found that, you know, because I would had my four children when I was really pursuing my art life, um, you know, that sometimes dinner, washing clothes, people with them homework, and, you know, I used to have to also find that space to actually do what it is that my passion was. Just curious, with you being a mom and a musician, um, do you ever feel burnout?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course, you feel tired sometimes, you know, for sure. But what I have, first of all, family support is very important,
Tell me about
right?
it.
It's extremely important. And I'm really blessed with, you know, a lot of support. You know, my husband is very supportive, so I give thanks for that.
Big up for the hobby. Big
Oh,
up.
oh, you mean big up the king man, Ishak Wilmot? Yes, of
I
course.
shot. Big up. Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, right now he is, you know, handling the children and taking care
I
of stuff.
love
So
that.
that allows me to be here now, you know, to reason with you. Yeah, so there is that. But something that has kind of helped, you know, sometimes, you know, like we'd say earlier in the journey, sometimes you feel like, okay, you feel some frustration because you really want to get something done and you know you just can't do it right now, you know. But
Yeah.
I have found the the ability now, you know, and I won't say I'm perfect at it, you know, because I do like to do several things, you know. So I won't say I'm perfect at it now. But just in terms of, you know, being at peace with, okay, this is the situation right now. So I'm gonna work with the situation right now. You know, okay, it's gonna be homework right now. All right, you know, look at all of the blessings in that, you know, and then when I get the time, if I feel like, okay, no, I really need to have a little space, then, you know, that is where communication comes in, to
Beautiful.
reason, you know, with family, to, you know, basically just ask for help or go somewhere, like go to the beach where I know that, all right, the children can play, or go outside, the children can play, and I can, you know, focus on what I want to focus on at that point in time, you know, to accomplish our work. So um it's it's easier now in that regard, you know. I think patience is really the key, is, you know.
That's something that I just had a breath day. I call it breath day because it's, you know, I soon 60 years old. So at this point, I'm just glad to have another breath. It's my mother's birthday, but it's my breath
Oh.
day. And
Mm.
I think it's so, so important. Like, you know, like you went to the beach. I saw those beautiful pics. It was awesome of you stretched out on the beach. And
Oh, that picture, if you don't mind, may I speak?
yes, yes,
Okay, cool. That picture was actually at a river. So, you know, give thanks for that moment, because that's a case in point. My husband and I are working on visuals for a song that's gonna be coming out soon. And we had the boys, I have three children, two boys and a girl. So my daughter was busy, okay, at her class, and then but we had the boys, and so we took them with us. And I was going to do an interview with a friend of mine. So we're here at this river, but everything is very shallow and safe, and you can see everything that's happening, and there's other children there and stuff like that. So the boys had their river day, and I got what I needed to get done. And then when we're finished now, we have a nice swim together, and it's positive vibes, you know what I mean? So give thanks for that, just kind of finding that balance and looking for the blessings in the moments, really.
Yeah, I thought that's a perfect place to go for an
Hmm.
artist with children if you feel burned out. Because I love the beach and I love those pics. And I said, I think I even posted, I wish I was there with you. It
Yes.
was at the river. I didn't know it was at a river though.
beach
Okay.
beach is where I do a lot of my writing, at the beach.
Okay.
I do a lot of my writing at the beach, because I mean, when we were living in Bull Bay, that we were right on the beach.
Nice,
you know
nice.
hmm hmm
Okay, okay, I'm reading my question. Okay. I've been wanting to know this. Okay, let me take a little sip of my water again. Sorry. What is up with Ian's flight? Like,
oh
what is your role and responsibility? Okay, now, singer, songwriter, musician, and now the book. What, you got to give me something. How did that happen, and what's your role? Like, what's up?
yeah. Well, I mean, just like with music, where as a child, I was always so deeply involved and immersed in music. As a child, I also loved reading and writing too,
Nice.
stories and poems and things like those. um but I really wanted to help somebody write a very good children's story. I'm trained in early childhood education, psychology and anthropology. That's my bachelor's. And then most recently, curriculum development. So I have always wanted to, do something positive for children and do something in content creation for children, you know. And I really didn't have any ideas to write a story right now. I just said, I really want to help somebody write a very good story, because um, we're in a state where Jamaican literature
Yes.
is growing. But it is very important, when you're writing literature for children, I think, to have someone, help. If you are not already, even if you already know what you're doing. If I was supposed to write a story right now, for children, I would have somebody else have a look at it. It's really important to put that kind of thoughtfulness into your work. So when I saw what Richard was doing, Richard Natu, who is the author of Ian Takes Flight, that he had started a children's story. He had just finished a series on IG, talking about anxiety,
Mm.
painting these works about anxiety. And they really spoke to me, they actually helped me quite a lot. And when he started now doing a children's story, I said, okay, let me see if I can help with this, because this could be really, really, really good, and if I can help in any way, like, I know if I would be able to help. I have edited stories before, like short stories, you find the story and then just kind of like stories in the public domain, and then just to make it work. But in terms of taking a book now, I had never really done that before, but I felt like I could do it, and I really felt a strong inspiration to do it, because it's something that
Nice.
I was praying on. And So I approached him, and asked for his number, and then I called him, and just he already knew about me from music, you know. So I explained to him, okay, well, I'm also, an educator, and I'm, you know, trained in this thing in terms of early childhood and stuff, and I've, done a lot of thinking on this subject, this topic. And so I think that I could help you, would you allow me to edit the book? And he said, sure. And then, basically that was the beginning of that collaboration. I then introduced him to a couple of friends of mine who are publishers, and um, then that set off a whole nother level of everything, because I realized that this book was very special, and it wouldn't be something to try and experiment with the publishing on it. You want people who are really going to care about the vision, and want to do a good job, and who have demonstrated their commitment to that. And so Bookman Express became the publishers for that, for Ian Takes Flight, and it's just been a very positive journey. My role was developmental editing, and grammatical editing, sure, as well. you know but a lot of it was developmental, looking at all the different levels of symbolism, and ensuring that everything actually works in the story. So it was a great process. I really enjoyed it, and I would definitely do it again, because I really loved that process. you know Mhm.
Awesome. Just curious, do you have the book there? Can you like show us the cover of the book?
Okay, I want to get up and get it, because I have it on a desk nearby. Let me just put my.
Okay, no problem. I love it. Yes, I've been seeing the posts about Ian Takes Flight, and I even saw the Bookman Boys with
Yeah, the book boys.
the Book Boys with their giveaway, and I thought it was the
hmm
cute. It was so cute.
So cute.
Ah,
And
so
the trailer also has one of the book boys narrating the
really,
trailer, yes.
is the
And the
trailer on
music.
YouTube? Is it on
The
YouTube?
trailer, yes, it's on YouTube, and it's on my IG, Earth and the Fullness. It's on Bookman Express IG as well,
Okay.
at Bookman Express. And my husband and I did the music for the trailer.
Oh, I'm gonna have to definitely go check that out.
Yeah. So this is a book.
Oh, oh, I
Ian
love
Takes
that.
Flight.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It really is. It really, really is.
So
And
everyone, you need to check out, go on Earth and the Fullness IG page, go on Bookman Express IG page, because this
mm-hmm.
is a beautiful book. I haven't
Yeah.
actually touched it and read it, but the little bits that I've seen of it, oh, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
excited to read
Yeah.
it. You know? Oh, it's
We all
beautiful.
love this book. Like, we've been meeting every week for since May. And I
Really?
mean, we're yes, it's been a real team effort, and we're so in love with Ian Takes Flight, and just love Ian in the story too. Um Find a little picture of
And I'm
Ian.
just curious, who did the illustration? Oh, hey, Ian.
Yeah. The illustrator is also the author,
That is powerful.
Richard
I'm gonna have to
Natu.
contact and get him on the show because it's all about Black creators on the rise.
Yeah,
And
and he's
I love
definitely
it.
definitely he's 27, and he's done quite a few murals and exhibits, at the National
Can
Gallery.
can
And
you say his name again?
Richard Natu.
Richard Natu. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, he is DJ Sinister, Sinista one, the
Okay.
number, on Instagram, DJ Sinister one, because
Nice.
he does music too. He does music too.
Boy, all these talented people that are versatile, I love it. Thank you for sharing that. I felt really inspired because know you as a singer, and a
Yeah.
songwriter and a musician. But when I saw that, I said, now, wait a minute. We have more goodies in her goodie bag of
Mhm.
creativity. And I said, I really wanted to reach out to you um, with regards to that. So, okay, I'm looking at my notes again. Okay, with regards to you being an artist, um,
Sorry.
just curious, um, what, like when you wake up in the morning, okay, this is dealing with you as an artist, but just dealing with you as a human. And it's probably not even a strong question, but I'm curious about this. Do you just wake up and you just like, okay, I'm like in music mode? And I know you got to deal with your children and I know you have support, but like a typical morning for you, like you talk about the team, when it was their meeting since May, like how do you schedule all of that with your children? And I only ask that because, I didn't have support and I was a single mom of 4 children. And there was times, I couldn't get a babysitter, I couldn't bring them. And, I wanted to do things. So I'm just cute, just wanted to know.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's definitely not like when I wake up in the morning, sometimes you might wake up with an idea. Um it is very rare that I would actually have the time to address that idea right away, so voice notes, so that I'll make voice notes, and so that when I get the chance I can come back to it, you know um because even like Jah will be done, you know Jah will be done. And I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, more than one song. I'll have that first idea, but I can't get to it right now. So I record it, and then when I see that, okay, there's some space now, then I dive into it, in terms of the writing. Um and that's one of the things that I love the most about music, is actually the writing process, you know. So that's where that is concerned. It really, actually, I just can't stress the importance of patience enough, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And then, and just, it's a challenge. It's
I
a
can
challenge
imagine.
to actually strike that balance, even with the support, for which I'm very, very grateful for, eternally grateful for. It is still a challenge when you actually do get, a block of time to yourself. You can get a lot of things done. You can get
Okay,
a lot of things done.
that's
And
true.
like where we are now with music, um I have been putting in a lot of work, making space, making time, and just being patient and accomplishing as much as I can over time, you know, to get to the point now where I look at what I have and I say, okay, I can actually start to be presenting more, more
Yeah,
content and more material, So for another artist, it might work out differently. I kind of feel like in general in society, women with children, there's not really that much support for us out
yeah,
there, I think society tends to operate more on a level like, for people with no children, and sometimes I even think that, okay, because quite a few women who are successful don't have children, or are successful before they have children, some of the structures that could be in place to actually help the situation out, are just not
yeah.
there,
I
you know
know.
um because typically in my experience so far, like a woman does not actually realize um what it is like to have your time rearranged by having children.
Yeah.
You know, the way that it is seen is more like either it is not very empathetic, or like, well, why can't you just do this, um or they just have no clue,
Right.
just have no clue.
Basically.
So basically, if you don't yet have children, you're in a position where you can just immerse yourself in your work 24/7 if you want to do that. And
Yeah,
that might
man.
make things happen at a different rate than for someone who does have children,
Yeah, man.
where it is much more, because our children are extremely important.
For real.
Yeah, and they're great blessings. So have to be trying to find this balance, in being able to get things done, and so it can take a little more time. But in my experience, also in the time that it is taking, I'm growing as a person. I'm
Always.
growing as an individual, and as I said before, inner healing and outer healing. So while I may write a particular song, and I get this message, the fullness of it, in terms of really understanding it and feeling like, okay, I embody this now, that may not come for another year or two.
Yeah,
So
man.
it's only life experience that can really bring that,
For real.
so
Yeah.
I think that it is important for us as, women who are not, you know in their late teens, early 20s, who are not trying to present as though they are, and you know who have families, to have our voices heard as well. Hey, Lily.
Yes.
I put
Imani
something
said,
in the
Imani,
chat.
Imani said truth.
Truth, yeah, it is
Not
important for
messy.
us to have our voices heard. you
And
know
speaking of that, I've been trying to have patience. We're getting to a closing of the end of the show. And my patience is like, oh, Olivia, Sister Olivia, Empress Olivia, please give us
Empress Kim.
a little taste of what it is that you do, that you've been gifted with.
Okay. Oh gosh, I just hope that it works, because the mic on this now.
That's okay. Do your best.
All right, so we're going to have to do a little mini sound check then, right?
Yo, man, everything sound good so far.
Okay, because I don't know if it is going to rest on the.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I'm going to play a chord,
Yes.
and you tell me how it sounds. Oh, wait.
Maybe put it over your shoulder. Put it over your shoulder. The mic, put it over your, yes, just like that. Go ahead for it. Yes.
Okay, I don't want the phone to drop, so I just be very careful here.
Right, just like that. Because it'll pick you up. It's picking it up.
Yeah. Okay. You're hearing me still?
I hear you crystal clear. It's perfect.
Okay. All right. Great. Tell me if you hear the guitar now.
Whoa, I love it. Yes. Yes. Give us a little bit. Give us a little bit of
I
the
love your
goodies.
expressions.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. Um. All right.
Just a little something, you know. Just a little something.
All right. I'm gonna play this song called Roots. Earlier when we were talking about, this spiritual conversation, that really made me say, okay, all right, I think. It made me say, I will sing. I'm going to
And I'm
play that
supposed to
song.
say, Aisha said for me to tell you, sing out songbird. So sing out, belt it out.
All right, all right. Bless up, Isaac. Love you. All right. I love my roots. I love my roots. From the first day I met you, I knew I'd never forget you. And the way you hold me close, the way you speak so freely like a cool breeze, I could feel me. That's the kind of love I want to know. Oh, I love my roots. I love my roots. From the first day, my all you wanna remember my told you, I knew I never let you go. Oh, I love my roots. I love my roots. I listen, lassie, Imami daddy. Mama, oh Empress, so gracious, man, she am a mommy, yeah. Oh, I love my roots, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I love my roots, yeah, my roots, yeah. One more verse now, one more verse. Cat's claw, sarsaparilla, and I fuck up a bit as it will set you on the road. For a vein, periwinkle, and a little holy thistle, it will make you touch and make you touch your soul. Oh, 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 yeah. I love my roots. I love my roots. When me say my roots are your roots too.
Yaman.
When me say my and I roots are your roots too. Yeah.
It was divine. It was perfect. Oh my goodness. I give so
Yeah.
much thanks, Sister
Give
Olivia, for
thanks.
you sharing.
I have to
That
bless up
was,
everybody out at Jamnesia.
yes,
Jamnesia as
Jamaica.
well.
Big up on yourself.
Yeah, yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Because as soon,
Perfect.
we have to give thanks and praise unto the Almighty. As soon
Always.
as I wrote that song, I was actually able to go to family members and be like, hey, I wrote this song, and have that kind of support and positive energy for say, really, all right, then come, me could, let's hear it and let's work it out. So yeah,
Oh, it
bless up
was so good.
everybody.
I give so much thanks. I just want to ask you one question before we sort of, tie everything up. Can you give a young sister out there, or maybe an older sister that is dealing with their children, that wants to pursue their arts, their music, their whatever their artistic creations are? Can you give them some words of encouragement to, inspire them more extra with your music, but with your word sound right now? Boy, mommy, beloved
I-
mommy.
Right as you're talking, here is the youngest one.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, I'm going to go talk to daddy now. All right.
Okay.
I mean, encouragement would basically be, sister, be patient with yourself.
Patience.
Be patient with yourself, take it one step, one day at a time. Remember to give thanks for all of the blessings in
Mm-hmm.
your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to remember that there is no one thing that there is not a matter of one blessing to compete with the other,
Yeah, man.
right? It's not a competition. So be patient, find a balance, be around the people who you know that love you and support you, and respect the fact that you have children, love the fact that you have children, and love you and love your gift. So definitely ensure that you're in a positive environment like that, you know um not just for you, but also because these are people that your children are going to meet, so them have to feel happy and comfortable, you know what I mean, as well. So just be patient with yourself, continue to hone your craft,
Yes.
always try and get better and better at what you do, because
Mm-hmm.
ultimately you're trying to communicate some message that's coming from a place that is way bigger and way you know greater than
Yeah,
any
man.
single one of us. So the more that you can do to develop your craft will help you to communicate that message better, which is the whole point, is to actually be able to help people with what it is that you're communicating. So patience itself, you know be around people who love you, love your gift, love your children, and respect you, and who are also just good people overall, and good at what they do too.
Yeah,
That's
man.
also important. um because then you can grow as well, and continue to build yourself up as an artist. Don't get caught up in a box as well. That would be the last thing that I would say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't try and have like, okay, you know everything must happen exactly like this.
It's
Be
not how it
open,
go. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you might actually have more ideas, about different ways and different things that you can do, and that will even continue to bring you more satisfaction and stuff like that, as opposed to if you get stuck on just one kind of way of seeing things, and then if it doesn't happen, then it's like there's a million other things you know that 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 didn't happen
Right,
too,
right. Yeah, man.
so yeah, that's what I would say,
No, and that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Well, I want to thank you again so much for taking time, and make sure you tell your family, okay, the Wilmots, that I said give thanks for letting me, Black Creators on the Rise, share a little piece of Sister Olivia this evening. I loved everything that you presented, and I know that the viewers will love it as well. And keep doing what you doing, Mama. Okay, I love it. And
Hey, blessed love,
Imani
Imani.
is sending hearts. I don't know who Imani is, but oh, I'm
Yeah,
giving her.
Imani is my sister-in-law,
Okay,
Yeah,
Imani.
man. And she's definitely always been somebody who has been supportive of this journey. So,
Oh, I love that. I
yeah.
love that. Well, when we finish, go give her a big hug for me. Go give Aishak a big hug. Give everybody a hug from
All right.
me. And again, thank you so much for finding time this evening to join me, Dr. Kim D. Harris, on Black Creators on the Rise. And we'll stay in touch. So thank you again.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
Give thanks. Give thanks to you, Dr. Kim. Yeah, man. Give thanks. It's been a
And
wonderful evening.
yeah, man, for real. And give thanks to
Yeah.
all the people that tuned in, and leave comments. Let us know what you think. If you have questions, we'll double back around again and have another interview and see what's up. All right, give thanks. Have a beautiful night and peace, everyone.
Yeah. Blessed love, everyone. Blessed love, Dr. Kim, woman of
Present.
strength.
Yes, boy.
Yes,
Love it.
yeah,
All right.
maximum respect.
Yeah, man, every time. Enough love to the eye, too. Bless it.
Blessed love every time.